Hello and welcome to another edition of Viking Voices. My name is Elgin Card, the proud superintendent of Princeton City Schools, and today we have a special treat. We have Ms. Wendy Weller and we have Savon Henderson from the Past Cafe. So welcome.
Thank you.
So Ms. Weller, I'll let you start. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then the Past Cafe.
Okay. I'm Miss Wendy Weller. This is my third year at Princeton High School and my first year with PASS. PASS Cafe is actually an extension of our program, which is, what does PASS stand for, Savon?
Princeton Academy, secondary of success.
Yes.
Okay.
I also coach the Princeton volleyball Vikings here, and I really enjoyed working with PASS the past 6 months.
Great. So Savon, thank you for being here. It's great to have you here. Got to meet you a couple weeks ago, and you said you were ready, so I know you are. So the Past Cafe, what do you like about the Past Cafe?
I just like what we do. I like how we go into the community, and I like how we kind of volunteer and just basically like how we help other people. And
I think helping people is a great thing. So
yeah,
that's a lifelong lesson, right? We can do forever. So I know also when you do the Past Cafe, I think it was yesterday, sometimes you do lunch for the teachers?
yes, that's true.
Okay. And Ms. Weller, how does that work?
Well, our students go generally on 2 days before they have the cafe. They grocery shop, they meal prep, they meal plan, they do all of the desserts that go out with it. They work off of spreadsheets, they email the teachers. There's a lot involved with the cafe, and a lot of it is me being hands off and really putting it into the hands of the students, the interns, my apologies, and really letting them kind of take ownership of it because it's their way of earning money for their program.
Okay, I think that's great. I think we all need those life lessons as we continue to grow and evolve, right? And do better.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you've already had your diploma and you're still here though, but tell me, who are some teachers you had in the past that you really made a difference for you?
There's most definitely Miss Weller, and also got some music teachers, Mr. Demler and Mr. Fermier, and also Miss Johnson too.
Okay, so a lot. I like that.
Yeah,
and I was hoping you don't give Miss Weller a shout out since she's sitting here. You better do that, right?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
I wouldn't leave her out. She's like another mother.
That is awesome.
Who literally tell me if I got in trouble, she's gonna whoop me.
I'm not
Well, you know
going to
what?
whip him.
No.
But no, I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not trying to call you out. I swear.
Well, I think as adults get into education, that probably means a lot to her because that's why we do this, to make sure that our students and our interns have success. So that is really great. Ms. Weller, we talk about Princeton. Tell us something you really love about Princeton.
We were just talking about that this morning. One thing that I love about it and what kind of brought me here was how diverse of a school we are, and just the community that we have within our building. Whether it's the athletics or whether it's the music or whether I really was passionate about the special education aspect of it and how many different programs that they have within our school. So it's diverse is the best word I can use for all of that.
Great. That's the world. So I think this is a real world experiences that we get here at Princeton that makes our students and as they grow as adults better people. Savon, what about you? Is there anything you want to add to what you really love about Princeton?
Now, the other thing I love about Princeton is that I get to see my friends and my teachers, and that I basically get to play the music every single morning.
Yeah.
Just get my music workout in every morning, and then gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay. And I just learned today that you're a good singer. They told me.
Oh yes. Well, actually, I'll be singing at my church.
Okay.
And also I'll be playing the organ, keyboard, and the drums.
That is awesome.
I really go church. I really go churchy like that.
I love it. Sounds like we have a lot in common. I was a young man that sounded. No, I couldn't play anything, but You used to be able to sing a little bit. I don't know if you
Hey.
asked. I'm still good in the shower though, right? Okay. So, is there anything else you want to tell us about the Past Cafe, Princeton, or anything else that you love to do?
I mean, I really got mine.
I say with you, it's mostly your music that you're.
Yeah, that's definitely that.
What is your work study program that you do with First Bell?
So basically, I'll be going to the music lane. I'll be going to the jazz class, and I just be jamming out.
Well, I thank you all for being here. It's been great just to talk to you for a little bit here. And we always end how? You know how we end? As always,
Go
Go
Vikes.
go
Vikes.
Vikes. There you go.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Welcome back to Viking Voice of the People of Princeton. We are here now with Miss Lisa Tinbarge, the principal of Springdale Elementary. But before we get to her, I want to introduce also Miss Lily Edmondson. She is my co-host today. And since this is the first time she's co-host, I want her to introduce herself. So, Miss Lily, tell us about yourself. What do you like to do? Anything you like to tell us to know about you?
I'm in 10th grade. I'm on the tennis team. I do orchestra, violin. I love choir. It's so much fun. I do a lot of theater outside of school. And yeah, I do a lot of hair.
So you're a busy lady.
Yeah.
What classes do you like here?
Choir will probably be my favorite.
Choir's your
It's a
favorite?
good community. It's very
Okay.
fun. We're all very close.
Well, I will say I was at your choir concert. I didn't see you specifically up there, but you sounded really good as a
Thank
group.
you.
So good job. So let's get to Miss Tinbarge, the principal of Springdale Elementary, 5-star elementary school in the state of Ohio. So we are very, very proud of that here at Princeton. So Miss Tinbarge, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm Lisa Tenbarge. I'm the principal at Springdale Elementary. This is my 7th year at Springdale Elementary. Prior to that, I was a teacher in Iowa City, worked for Mason City Schools, and in the Finneytown Schools.
Okay. So Miss Tinbarge, I know being a 5-star school is a big deal. It is great. What are some of the things you contribute that you guys have done to get you there?
I mean, it's really a team effort at Springdale. It's a great supportive school community. The teachers work really hard, and we have shared goals. We have building goals to get our students to where they need to be successful at the middle school and beyond. And the teachers really focus on that and work with families to move those kids from where they are to where they need to be.
Great. And I will second that because I was at Springdale this morning doing some things, and it's just how the staff work together, and it was just great. And seeing the care for the students made me smile. So we appreciate that. When you talk about Princeton, let me go back. What are some of the things you like to do away from Princeton?
Away from Princeton, well, I have 3 children, and I'm looking forward to them all being home for the holidays. So my daughter lives in New York City. She's a reporter for NBC News. And then my son lives in Indianapolis, my middle son. So he'll be home. And then my youngest is at Xavier University. So he's here pretty much all the time. But we like to do things as a family, and it's just going to be really fun to have everybody here and get out and see all the Cincinnati highlights over the holidays.
And I think that's the best thing about the holidays is, especially as your kids grow older and they're away, they get to come home, you get to spend some time and you get to see the growth. So I'm looking forward to that as well here on these holidays. So you have a question for Ms. Tinbarge?
So what do you love about Princeton personally?
Well, personally, I love the diversity at Princeton. Springdale Elementary is the most diverse public elementary school in the state of Ohio, and I think that's really our strength. It also brings challenges, but Princeton has really committed to addressing those challenges and supporting all of our students, and it's wonderful, all the things we have in place through our equity committee and parent engagement to really meet our families' needs and help them grow. So that's one of the greatest things about Princeton.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a great answer.
And I would say I would agree. Since I've been here in 2003, it was something that I really looked forward to when I came here, and I'm really excited to be back and doing that as well. So the last question I'm going to have for you is, I see you at a lot of events, games, things of that nature. Is that something you enjoy? Is that just to support the kids or just to support Princeton or all of the above?
All the above. I mean,
Okay.
it's fun to see the kids as they grow and get older. There's always someone you see in high school that you had when they were younger, and that's amazing. And just to see all of our families and support them as they move through the school it's a great opportunity. And Springdale community is fabulous. We have so much support from the health department and the Springdale Fire Department police. So I love to support all the events that they have as well.
That is fabulous. So is there anything else you want to tell us about Springdale, Princeton?
It's just a great opportunity to work at Princeton, and I am so proud of our students and staff in that 5-star award. All of our schools work really hard, and we work together and collaborate, so it's really a team effort from curriculum and supports across grade levels, and we're just really happy that we were able to achieve that this year.
Well, great. Well, thank you for stopping by. I know you're very busy, taking care of Springdale and doing great things. So we're going to close with our closing as always. Have a great day, and as always, go Vikes!
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
We are back here with Viking Voices, the people of Princeton, and now we have Coach Mr. Arnold Franklin. He is security, the chess coach, and he is named the GMC Chess Coach of the Year. Welcome, Mr. Franklin.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Franklin, tell us a little bit about yourself. You have a long history here at Princeton, so let's hear about it.
Okay, I was born in Lincoln Heights, so I attended Lincoln Heights Elementary, attended Princeton Middle School. I also, of course, attended Princeton High School. After that, went to college at UNC Chapel Hill. I'm a Tar Heel. And after I finished college, I had a little pro tryout, so I did mess around in the pros for a year or two. And then I joined the workforce and figured out my passion, what I wanted to be a part of, and I wanted to pay it forward with kids. So started off in Atlanta working with kids in the school system, and I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to work in the school system, I have to go back home to Princeton. So I ended up back here.
So Mr. Franklin's a very modest guy. Not only was he a football player here at Princeton, he was an All-American football player here at Princeton, and he's a full rights student at UNC Chapel Hill. And I've heard from someone, he was probably one of the greatest football players ever to come out of Princeton, which says a lot because we've had a lot of great players. So
Yes.
You're not going to brag on yourself. I'm going to brag on you because you've done a lot of good things. So that has been wonderful.
Thank you.
When we talk about Princeton and we talk about the greatness of it, you said you wanted to come back home. Mm-hmm. What drew you back?
But wanting to help the young people just succeed. That was a motivating factor. Like I said, I was at Atlanta and I had the Oprah aha moment. Uh-huh. I'm working with kids. I'm like, and particularly I thought Lincoln Heights, to be honest, but all kids are kids, no matter where they're from. But I thought I need to go back home and help what's coming up the pipeline through Princeton, my alma mater.
That's awesome. And anybody that's met Mr. Franklin, and I've known Mr. Franklin for 20 years. He's one of the first people I met when I came here in 2003. And he always has had a very great demeanor. That's why his nickname was Big Smooth, because he stays smooth. So tell us about that, because that is a skill that a lot of people don't have that we all could use to keep ourselves even keeled.
Okay, well, what I think is through genetics. Genetics definitely play a part in that, because one thing I noticed about my father is that I've never seen my father upset. I mean, never, ever. And maybe once, if he was even upset at that time. And I noticed people would say the same thing about me. And also my mother and my brother, they're not as calm as my dad and I are. So I had to be the calming factor for them too. And that just spilled over.
Well, and I've told you this before, and you set a great example for our kids and our adults by the way you keep your demeanor. So we really appreciate that. It's something that from the time I met you, you have been the same guy. And that's what it should be about. So I really appreciate that. Question you have, Lily?
What's your favorite part about Princeton?
Well, this sound repetitive, but my favorite part of Princeton is that it's a bunch of moving parts. We have a bunch of vehicles, a bunch of avenues we can take, but it all leads to the students being successful. So that's the great part. And of course, the diversity. That's all part of the moving parts, the diversity.
Great. So I think about it, you're a big guy, football player, All-American, but you're great at chess. How'd you start playing chess?
Well, okay. Well, my mom actually, which I regret, she wanted me to start playing when I was 8 because I was they figured out I was decent at math at a young age. So I didn't play. She had a coach and everything, but a kid chess, no. Which I don't like that answer when kids tell me that now. But I was in college one day, my senior year, and I was watching my roommates and all his friends play, and I was intrigued by the game. And so I just kept watching. I watched them for about, I don't know the exact time because we're going back in the 80s. I watched them, let's say, a month or two.
Okay.
I never asked to play, I just watched. And then one day my roommate came home and I said, hey, let's play a game. He like, man, you don't even know how to play. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And then we played and I ended up beating most of them. So it was, became kind of.
Just fell in love with it.
Yeah, I fell in love with it. Yeah, I was better than what they thought. And I actually did better than what I thought I was going to do when I started playing them guys. Or either they just weren't that good. Yeah.
Well, I think you were probably pretty good, maybe a little bit of both. How about that?
All right, there we go.
Some of you may not know, some of you may know. Coach Franklin is kind of a movie star these days. He didn't like me to talk about this. We're going to talk about it. So there's a movie out called King of the Block. Tell us about that. What's that about?
It's about the long rivalry in football between Princeton and Moeller. And when those guys were interviewing me, I was kind of going through some things in my life. Cancer. That's what I was going through. So when they interviewed me to talk about football, I like, man, my head is in a different space now. So if we're going to talk about football, we also need to talk about this issue. So the history of the football, that's very important. But as we all know, when you go through things in life, you got to go through them. And so I told them we need to talk about, I didn't tell them, I asked, I requested, and they kind of added that cancer piece to the movie, telling people to get their checkups and stuff like that. And so I was satisfied on both fronts. The Princeton football, that was great, but you know, we all want to live our best life. And prevention and early detection is huge when we're talking about cancer.
So that is huge because cancer hits all of us at some point or another. So the movie is on, I think it's on Prime. Is it on Prime Video now?
It's on Prime. It's on Hulu, Apple TV.
Okay. Yeah.
We did a podcast on YouTube. That'll premiere Monday on the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, and some other stations. It's picking up momentum, and the thing that I like about that movie is that sometimes when I'm at the gate at the football game, this happens several times. One of the news reporters came up to me and he said, hey man, you that guy? I'm like, yeah, I'm Arnold. He like, I knew what he was talking about. He said, you know, because of that King of the Block movie, I got my checkup. There's been several people that have come to me and said, because of that movie, and that's the impact I wanted from the movie. It just couldn't be football. I wanted to help people, and he said he got his checkup, and that was the goal.
Yeah. Well, I remember I got to see the movie here at Matthews about a month or so ago, and the first thing, you know, Arnold said, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And he said, you got your checkup? And I said, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. So the word's are getting out, and it's important. So if you can't tell, we are very lucky to have Arnold Franklin as a part of the Princeton family. He is just a good man, period. And I appreciate you. I've always admired you and looked up to you, the way you handle your business. So we appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to tell us about you, Princeton, anything? Family, any of that thing?
Well, I like to take walks by water with my wife, and we visit all the parks. We love to walk in the park. We had a mentor program called MOVE here, Motivators of Viking Empowerment. We built some gardens back there, so we go grow vegetables, some trees. We got a couple of trees back, plant trees, cherry trees, and an apple tree back there that we grow. And it was all built by the students. A lot of help from Mr. Bridges. Like to shout out to my middle school chess coaches for helping me build this thing up, Ms. Winslow, Todd Vaughn, and Mr. Bowman. And when we built the shed for the gardens, it was a collaboration between, what you got to do, you got to collaborate with people. With Cincinnati Rotary, Boy Scouts of America, which was led by Scott Lawson. He was instrumental in building that shed, and the mentor program. So whenever you could collaborate and get people outside vested in your students, it's a great thing.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being here. You've always been about the kids. From the day I met you, that's what you said. I'm here to take care of the kids. And if you haven't been able to tell, like I said, what kind of man this is, it's great. So we appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Lily, thank you for being here as well. It's great having you.
Thank you.
And we're going to finish like we always do. Have a great day. And as always, Go Vikes!